that ought to work.
Again, mutt dog.
Not as innocent as she looks. I mean, really, that's a lot of money.
Good morning. Luke is still not wild about walking on his little foot. He's just been kind of resting a lot today. He hasn't been wanting to walk around much, and I'm guessing it's still hurting him a little bit. See, he's just not crazy about it at all. He tries, but he's not doing much at all. He's not being normal Lukey. You want to show me walking? Mm-hmm. So you are walking okay then. Maybe he is doing better than I thought he was. This is the first time I've seen him move today. He goes through phases where he's not wild about it, but then he'll try for a bit. So he's standing on it. How are you feeling, buddy? No. But he's been just kind of laying down all day, and he hasn't really been moving much at all. So this is the first time he's actually kind of moved around since I've been up. Yeah, that's going to be the extent of our days. We have to kind of keep a close eye on him because he can hurt himself more now, so he's able to move. They told us to kind of watch him. So that's what we're doing. Your tummy shirt? Mm-hmm. Your tummy hurts? Is that what you're saying? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. He, all of a sudden, he goes, "This naked?" And he's pulling up his shirt. I'm like, what? We can see your tummy. We don't want to see everything else. This has been our day, though. Normally, I'm not really wild about the kids just using the tablets, but I'm so thankful for them when something like this happens and he can't really get up and do the way he normally would. It's just so helpful to have something that he'll just sit there and use and be quiet and not whiny with. So I'm very thankful for it.
Alright, so since Luke's cast can't get wet and we don't want it to get stained and he's a messy eater, we're going to have to augment it a little bit. Like wrapping it in a plastic bag. Yeah, that ought to work. And then we'll just scoot him really far into the table and that should be good enough, right? Hopefully.
That's what happened.
What is your problem? Give me that. That does not leave the table. Come on. It fits, Lauren.
No, it is not.
Okay, this is the rule. How do we make sure clothes fit? Put your hands in the air. Did you just snort?
It was a pig that I keep in my room.
Today has just been kind of one of those days. I have not really picked up the camera much today. It's almost 3:30 because I'm on Luke watch right now. He has the foot, he has this little shoe thing. So now he's just getting into everything. Yes, Luke is in a diaper. We have reasons behind this though. If he gets the cast wet at all, beyond just like a drip, she said if it was just like a drip or two would be okay. But if he gets that cast wet at all, we have to take him back over to Columbia and then they have to cut the cast off and put a new one back on. And it's not cheap. It's not like, oh, this is a free thing for us to do. It's pretty expensive. So we're just opting to put him in a diaper so we don't have to worry about him having an accident and then it getting onto the cast, because that would just be really bad right now. We don't want to have to go back over there, especially on a Friday. You know, the weekend's coming up. What if he does it over the weekend? No. We're just leaving him in a diaper so that we know that if he has an accident, it will be caught in the diaper and we don't have to worry about it. He is going to the potty though. We have been taking him to the potty. It's just a lot harder to do with a cast on. Everything is just different. I keep looking because we are sitting at $799. We are so excited. So he has like 3 days of energy completely built up. He just wants to run and play, and he can't do normal walking normally. It's hard on him. Look how sweet. Do you love Sissy? We're just trying to keep him protected, though, and trying to keep him from getting hurt or injured worse or have any sort of more problems. I don't know. It's just been one of those weeks. I've got to clean up the den. It is driving me crazy. I need to clean up my kitchen. It's terrible. But I've been kind of waiting on him to go to bed to do much because we're having to keep a pretty close eye on him. Because he just thinks that he can do whatever he wants to now that he has that cast on, which isn't really the case because his balance is... I'm watching him wobble in there right now. Are you going to help me clean up?
Clean up what?
Everything. And is your room clean? No. The lighting is just terrible today. They really want to play outside, but the house is a disaster, and we really need to do something about the cleanliness. I'm okay with it being messy. I'm not okay with it being dirty. I cannot stand for it to be dirty, and right now, that's dirty. That's dirty. There's stuff on the counters. I mean, this is real life, y'all. This isn't actually like stuff sitting on it. It's not stuff that can be wiped off. You have to take the scrubbing stuff and put it on there, and it's like really on there. It's not like something I've sprayed it off and wiped it off and it just won't come up, so you have to scrub it. That's one thing I do not like about a glass top stove is if it gets dirty, you really have to scrub to be able to get it back to that nice pretty clear. It is a beautiful day out today. It is almost 80. It feels like 80. Look at that. That's just crazy to me. It is January. It's supposed to be cold. What's going on in South Carolina? Anyways, we're gonna work on picking up the house some and see if we can find the floor.
Well, it's been a quiet afternoon here. I've just gotten home from work, and I think Luke's just been kind of, I don't know, just needy all afternoon. I don't think he's let Lisa do a whole lot. Whoa, hi dog. You'd think I never came out here. Why is she wet?
She was so incredibly hot. We got her a little bit damp. And she stinks terribly.
That's because you got her wet. Okay.
She's happy now.
Yeah.
Before this, she was miserably hot.
So the kids got this really cool swing for Christmas that my grandmother gave them, and I'm not really sure how it hooks up yet. We got some straps and, it's got some kind of hooks in the corner. I don't know. I got to pull it out and look at it. Hopefully I can get that up this weekend. So this swing set was actually built for me when I was a kid from a local ironworks builder. So the whole thing was custom welded and put together. So it's like, really solid. It's not your average cheap steel swing set. So I'm kind of looking at how the holes are drilled on here, and I'm not real sure how I'm going to put this together. We got one set there. You can't really see it because it's backlit, but there's a hole there and a hole there where we're not using one. And then kind of oddly spaced down here on the end are the other two. So I guess I'm going to have to put the two regular swing seats next to each other and then put this thing down here on the end where the little bucket seat is now. Okay, well maybe this will be easier than I actually thought. I didn't look at these when we got them, but it looks like they just loop over the top. So that means I could put it right there in the middle and then do something about that seat over there. And since both the kids have gotten a little bit too big for the bucket seat and Luke's not real big on swinging, they got a different swing set, I think last Christmas, and we never installed it just because Olivia still fit in the bucket seat just fine, and so we had this as backup whenever we needed it. Might be time to take on all these projects.
Why are you all wet? How much, dog? You sprayed her with the hose?
No, she used pool water, right?
No! I would never spray her with a hose or use the pool water or use that pool water.
Did you sneeze on her that much?
No! She was...
Why are there bird parts everywhere?
You want to know?
Why do you think?
Again, mutt dog.
Not as innocent as she looks.
There's little Ian. Finley's like, I'll take that. You don't need that, Daddy.
Toy for me.
Oh, look, it's a rope. Mine.
Ropes are to be chewed on, right? That's a solid piece of metal right there.
So what do these do here?
They just, they slack over the top like that, so we can put it wherever we want.
Okay.
So this ought to not be terribly difficult at all.
So, we can swing on this?
Yes. Yeah, this is big enough for, one of us to lay down on and swing.
Ah, hey, Olivia.
She's going off to the side.
We really need to spend some time out here cleaning up. Our fence is broken here, and there's another spot here, like right where that is. That's why that's there. That needs to be bleached. There's just junk all over the place that needs to be cleaned up. See, but this is why we never clean stuff up, because why?
Because it feels naturey.
Yes.
And I love it. If we changed to this, I would not want to go outside that much.
We just need to clean it up, Lauren. We have sticks everywhere that y'all have pulled those and put them up in the tree. And there's just, it's a mess. How pretty. How long have you been up?
You could princess.
Luke's a princess?
Yeah.
Oh.
I am a princess.
Well, I certainly did not expect that to be as hard as that was. There was one last screw that just didn't want to go in. Ended up having to pick up the thing and tap it on the ground to get the holes to line up just right. But I've got the whole frame put together now, and should be all that's left is just to throw the ropes over the bar and get it adjusted to the right height. But it's dark outside now, it's starting to cool down, and it's dinner time too, so we got to figure out something. So I'm going to leave that for a project to finish up tomorrow. There's just so many fun numbers. Break out the drum kit. We got an 808. It's almost 7:30, and I have no idea what we're going to fix. All the kids are just wound up and hyper, and so it's hard to plan anything. And
I just want fondue.
what?
I want fondue.
We've never even made a fondue.
That's what I want.
And how do you suggest we make fondue?
You know, if you go into the chips aisle, there's a cheese dip.
Okay, so we're gonna dip little bits of hot dog into cheese dip and call it fondue. I'll get some kielbasa and some bratwurst to make a mix. Okay, so that's our plan. We're gonna have nacho cheese and hot dogs and bratwurst and kielbasa and call it fondue. That sounds like a plan, right? Well, we finally settled on some pizza from a local pizza place that we've never actually ordered from, but it was really good. They actually make their own Italian sausage there. It was different, but I really liked it. I don't think Lisa was too wild about it. So now that we've had some dinner, we want some dessert. Hey, we never finished off our cinnamon rolls from Christmas. That sounds like a good idea. Yum. But seconds before I was about to pop the tube, the kids go, no, fix the orange danishes. I gotta find them. All right, take two. Yum. So as we've said many times, this is a house of gamers. Lisa's playing the long dark. The kids wanted her to give it a try, and she had never actually played it before. And we've got GDQ still playing on the TV back here. By the time you're seeing this, it's going to almost be over. Saturday's the last day. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, you might want to. It's pretty cool. I mean, really, that's a lot of money. A lot of money. Oops, still going up.
Have a great race, guys. Hopefully catch you on Discord.
As we were playing games and watching the TV, we realized Luke needed a diaper change, and so I came into his room with him and came across a curious sight. I'm not exactly sure how to interpret. Why is his bed full of mints? I don't see any wrappers, so maybe he didn't figure them out. But now I'm a little curious where they came from, because we don't usually buy these. I don't even remember getting a bag of them. And I don't see one in here. Huh. Honestly, I'm stumped. I don't know where these came from, or where he found this many of them.
What?
Oh, I just love the conversation back here. I'm not majorly encumbered, am I? No? Okay, good. I can go boil some water.
Leave me alone. I haven't played a game like this in years.
Yeah.
So.
What you doing, Luke?
Still a very good run.
Being silly.
We're going to see the first wrong work.
He kept wanting to throw things up in the air and then catch them, and I was afraid he was going to break something. And I saw this little metal ring on the ground and thought, that's probably just the right weight to counterbalance that balloon.
What's this?
He's been doing this for like 20 minutes. We used to have a clock here underneath the TV in the den, but Luke kept messing with the buttons, and so it never read the right time, so we've just never set it. So apparently it's gotten really late and nobody's been looking at a clock, so I guess it's time to get the kids to bed because it's almost midnight. Well, now that the swing is put together for the kids, I should be able to hang that relatively quickly tomorrow. They've really been looking forward to that. Plus, it's been on the floor in the kitchen for a while, taking up space. I'll be glad to get that box out of there. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to leave us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, we'd love for you to hit that button. Guys, thanks for joining us today. Good night.
Woo-wee! Hello, light.